I did. I did all of those.
Making your butler snooty is our duty. How can I help you?
It's the butler people.
Wrong number.
Oh my God. I was just about to do it. I really thought that no one cared. Thank you.
Wrong number.
Ouch!
Abbott Hotline, please leave your complaint after the beep. Thank you.
Okay, these are all funny. There's loads of stuff. Okay, so she has 2 contacts. Can we call him? Or no? I assume he won't answer.
No answer.
That's what I thought, bitch.
Nah,
Cables.
I've already got it set up just right.
Can't fuck with her cable
terminals
management.
don't have enough bandwidth, so I made a few modifications. All strictly professional, of course.
Sure.
She's expensive. I wonder if I can persuade Regis to let us keep her. Got to wait till the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her. Then she's all mine.
Okay. Oh, that's what I meant to do. There's the waste thing there, which we can't do anything with. Can we?
Got to wait till the AI...
Oh, can't do anything
Wetware's
there.
not going to connect with that.
Screen?
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Then what will it connect with? Oh, Regis's desk. Let's look in his desk.
Sorry, Regis.
Photograph.
A physical photograph. The team. February 2067.
So that'll be Adam scratched out. Right. Okay. So we've got Nina. This is the guy we just spoke to. Gwen. And then Charlie's the guy we're looking for. And that's Charlie's wife. They were married and he killed her. No, he killed her. This is the guy we just spoke to. Okay, lovely. All I know is he's tall and wears a green
Regis
shirt.
is probably the only person I know who'd want his picture on paper. I guess defacing a digital one just isn't the same.
Okay. Should we leave here and see what else we can do? I guess we're supposed to go looking for him. And she's gone. Oh, here we go. Okay. I guess we're going to the crime scene. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Wow, that's a lot of green.
Hydroponics.
Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Is that Gwen?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab
Oh, no, it's
director,
not.
Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
Oh.
What's
What
your
do you
role
do?
here?
I'm the supervisor for the telepresence factoring labs. Most of it's automatic. I just make sure it's all running
I
like it
know.
should.
Sounds like a
Same.
big responsibility.
There's some in Surviving
It's a
Mars.
lousy job most of the time. TP is where management sticks people they don't want in public-facing roles.
You're not happy with it?
For the last few years, my career has been one disaster after another. I'm just glad it's plateaued into some kind of stability.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call
Interesting.
Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in
Why is the music getting louder?
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean.
Hi,
We
variable.
got the camera feed online, but it was obvious.
It's just
that
getting
Baxter
louder.
wasn't
Why?
really coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday.
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
That's 3 days.
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
Why is this so loud? The music's just suddenly decided to be really loud.
What's
What's
the
this place
purpose of
for?
this lab? plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
What sort of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
I just
Sometimes
learned that
it's
the
a
other
drug
day.
delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch.
Okay.
Aside from yourself, who else works in this laboratory?
There's my intern, Martin Neester.
I feel like he's
operates the
yelling at me.
factoring line. If you meet him, it's easy to see why they put him in here. And until recently, there was Dr. Baxter.
Tell me about Mr. Neester.
He came over from Eurofed on a study program. He's young. I guess we're all like that in our youth.
Good colleague?
He's all right. He got on board with that annoying Maladist trend. He knows how to follow instructions, so I let him get on with it.
His visa still active?
Dr. Lau, we do not employ undocumented illegals in this lab.
Just have to check. I'm sure you understand. Tell me about
Baxter.
Dr. Baxter.
Oh, he was bad enough to work with in the 60s. As part of his parole, they stuck a governor in his head. Since then, it's like talking to a badly written synthetic.
You don't care for him a great deal.
That man killed Vicky. Frankly, he deserved what he got.
But you still work with him.
He worked for me. It was another part of his parole.
Interesting.
Vickerman's management persuaded centralized government that his skills were going to waste in prison. The company wanted him supervised by someone who knew him. Hence, they dragged my sorry ass in.
What did you have him doing?
He organized the specimen bank. It's the kind of thing we could just leave him at for hours on end. Days, sometime. Really, it could have just been done by the facility's AI, but I had to give him something.
Otherwise, you'd have to talk to him?
Exactly.
She's funny. What do you
You've
think
got a keen
happened?
mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do
Oh.
you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange.
Ooh.
Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
Why would he do that though?
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s.
Hmm.
Baxter, too.
It was her.
Apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what
The
he
name
did
was
to
different,
Vicky,
though.
I'd have strangled Baxter, too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as...
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Wow. Okay, hang on. What are you working on?
Preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
What's wrong
been
with
done to
them?
the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch.
I can't hear it over the music.
Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file. He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials. This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this.
I need to
You can
turn the
sample
music
DNA
down.
from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks.
Okay.
How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Okay. I want to be able to get to that. I assume we can talk to her
Is that
again.
all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse...
Okay. This music, it's there. Like, it's okay, but it keeps coming through so loudly when she's, like, talking. I cannot focus on what she's saying. I'll turn it up later if I need to. Okay. So let's speak to her again. Hang on.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Make it...
So
him.
you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That pompous ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him.
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was... Actually, never mind.
I
message.
wonder why Regis hid a message inside the DNA of these plants.
DNA's been used as a data storage medium before. Rather than on-off binary, DNA would be quaternary bits. Adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. If he just left a message on one of the systems, though, or even on paper...
Then someone could have destroyed or erased, short of burning down the entire lab.
Yeah.
They'd have no way to be sure they destroyed a message hidden like this.
Especially since
Yeah.
he scrambled so many of the other samples as camouflage.
He needs to make sure it's found. And based on the layout, he wants me to find it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and...
And?
I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, broad leaves, and very, very small fruit.
Okay.
What happens in the specimen bank?
It's where the samples of plants and growth matrices are stored. There's a huge library of subjects to
This
work
is so
with,
cool.
natural and man-made.
And that's where Baxter worked?
Yeah, it's not exactly taxing. I wanted to see what he could do since they put a governor in him.
You left him to work alone in there?
I'll be honest, he was not a pleasant man to talk to.
It's kind of reminding me a bit of Whispers of a Machine as well. Just the vibes.
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment here.
We were wondering that as well. This afternoon we noticed the monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing,
Which is
Or-
unlikely given how much they cost.
or someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder. That gives me more hope. Regis would have no idea how to do that.
Regis would have no idea how to do that.
What sort of research were you conducting in the 60s?
You mean with Charlie and his wife? You might not believe it, but we were the people behind Central.
Okay.
Central? The city governing AI Central?
The same.
Mhm.
Newton was looking for a coordinator AI. Vargas put together a team including the new Mr. and Mrs. Regis.
Nuke me. Regis never mentioned anything about this.
It wasn't a happy memory for him. He left after the unpleasantness. We finished the project a few months later.
Huh. Might explain why he hates Central's guts.
Because that's what he was working on when his wife got killed.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Okay. So. Yeah, I think that was her in the picture. I think that's her. It says Gwen, but that wasn't her name when we just spoke to her.
This is
But
probably... Hey, there's Dr. Chigwa as well.
yeah, but she's listed as Gwen. She had a more complicated name than that. Yellow plant,
I'd
blue
better not.
plants.
If I start taking every single specimen, I'll be here for days.
Okay, we've got production lab and airlock and exit. So let's go production lab for now. Oh, hello. Red plants, airlock. see if he has any information. Oh, he's the young guy.
Hi there.
Tomorrow
purple
says
hair.
hello.
The fuck does that mean? The fuck does that mean?
Can I get your name?
I can't not promise to avoid not doing that thing I don't do.
Okay.
He's great. He's great. I love him.
Can I get your name?
I can't.
Okay. What's your role at this facility?
Nihilism asked you a question?
Uh-huh. What happened here?
An evil engine of desire wrapped within a rude message.
I see. I give up.
Utter nonsense loves to love.
It's Paradigm all over again. Paradigm, I think, might be my favorite point and click ever. It's the sense of humor for me, to be honest. I'm right-clicking to see if she'll just tell me about them. Oh, okay.
I
She won't
never
look at
thought
stuff.
engineering would be so industrial.
Hmm. Okay. Blue vines. This one. It's this one. There's a blue one.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
And she said something about orchids. Was that... Have I already looked at those? It doesn't say what they're called. They're just called yellow blooms.
I didn't
Toolbox?
realize that
Toolbox? Can I get something from the toolbox?
I can't figure out what any of these tools are for.
Can you take one, though? No, apparently not. Seed bank. I guess let's go and have a look. There are pipes there, too. Don't know what that's for yet.
Oh god, what a mess.
That's the body.
It's a drone that runs back and forth on rails. Must be what they use to store and retrieve samples in here.
Gruesome.
It looks like it's controlling the sorting drones on the rack.
Dead body.
Update Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly... he's been decapitated. And not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
Okay. Hmm. Cabbage! Sorry. Is there one in it? No samples. Okay, so we can take
I
something.
haven't examined the body
Oh, fuck off then.
Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing. What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook. Nothing unusual.
What is
there? We don't.
I understand.
Sorry.
Understood. I hope I can.
Sorry. Okay. There might be other stuff we can get out of the seed thing once I know more about what seeds I want. Potentially. I don't know. Need to
They
know
look
something about these
important.
pipes. They do look important. Can I go through the airlock?
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
Okay. Okay, let's go back out here. and speak to her or put this in here. I don't know. We've got a sample.
There's some more.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message.
That's fine. What else did she say?
Excuse me, Doc.
Make it.
I tried talking to your intern.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh, yes. He just gave it to himself. It's what the kids are into these days.
Crippling neurological disorders?
Yes and no. Maladism, they call it. They give themselves old diseases. It only lasts about a week each time.
And you let him do that?
He's not public-facing. And as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work.
This is
I
fantastic.
figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found any?
There was a batch of Orchidacea isotria in the growth lab.
And?
Okay, I
do
can't get into the
remember
growth lab.
very
We've got that one.
I can't get into the airlock.
The airlock and the growth lab are secure areas. We grow potentially hazardous organisms beyond
Then how
those
can I get to the
doors.
thing?
I'm trying to conduct an investigation here.
Mm.
Don't make me get a warrant from Central.
I'm sorry, Central would likely agree with us. We can't just give anyone access to the growth lab.
Not even a cell agent?
I'd need a pretty damn good reason.
I need to ask Neester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially wetware designed to occupy the Wernicke and Broca regions of the brain. This then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves.
Okay.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll...
Okay. What? Okay. Something with him then, I guess.
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
That doesn't help. Galaxy
Warning,
brain.
Security clearance not.
Come on.
New security profile created. Access
Ben!
granted. Welcome, Dr. Lau.
Thank you so much for the 51
Thanks.
months. That's forever. And thank you for the host, dude. How are you? How was your Friday? I hope you're good. I just opened a door with a wet brain. What is this? Oh, nothing. Pipes?
They've
More
got
pipes.
these pipes everywhere.
Guess we gotta break them. Oh, first aid kit. I'll fucking take that. Thank you.
This could be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
Oh my god. Okay, I need... There's some epinephrine again. Fuck, what did she say? This? I feel like she said isomerase? Did she say isomerase? I'll take it. Oh no! Oh gosh, Ben. Okay. Were people hurt? It's a bit scary. Growth lab, scary! Hello. Oh god. They're not ones that I need either. More
I don't know
pipes.
what's in them, but they look important.
Can I undo them? Slap them.
Oops.
I don't know what I've done, but I think it's probably wrong. I love how she was just like, oops. Well, I'm out here now. No, actually, I need to go back in there, don't I? Sorry. Oh, God. Multiple police vans. Oh, gosh, Ben. Oh, scary. Don't like that. The injector goes on this man because he's given himself a disease, and I have to undisease him.
Taxi drivers make the best coffee.
Really? How interesting.
Beached questions, you injector.
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector? Now I'll have to get my aphasia rejabbed. Not
I did
cool,
it.
man.
I did it. Now he can have a normal conversation.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm CS Dr. Lau. I've been tasked with this investigation.
Martin Easter. I've been tasked with the factoring lab.
You work with Dr. Chikwa?
I work for Chikwa. I'm just the intern. Means I get stuck with all the lousy jobs she won't do.
I understand. I was an intern once.
So, what's CS? You a detective?
Case specialist. So, yes, I guess you could say that.
Cool.
Yeah. Apparently it's a fun thing that they do is give themselves a disease for a week. I don't know.
Why'd you go and give yourself aphasia?
Not just that. There are loads of syndromes. It's maladism, man.
Aren't diseases
Okay.
like that dangerous, though?
It's not permanent, man. We ain't stupid. What where nodes in the body create the symptoms of things we want. Which you went and broke. Gee, thanks.
Sorry about that. In any case, they're temporary then.
Exactly.
So we had to cure him so that we could actually have a conversation with him because he was like speaking in like riddles originally.
I'd like to hear from you what happened.
So, we came in this afternoon for the late shift, right? I check on the factoring line, and it turns out the specimens are nuked up.
In what sense?
They don't match the catalog anymore. Not that they're supposed to be. I figured Baxter nuked it up again, so I checked the feed.
That's when you found the body?
Yeah, but Chigwa won't let me get a look. Told me to get back to work while she called Sal. Hey, can I get a look at the body with you?
I'm afraid not. Official procedure and stuff.
Bummer.
Bummer.
I still don't get it. What's the hook for maladism?
Man, you old folk never get things like MD.
Old?
Most of these syndromes are diseases that are completely curable. They just don't happen anymore. Society says no to them.
So it's countercultural? An
Kind
act
of, yeah.
rebellion?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Diseases like that make the establishment uncomfortable. They don't want it to be a part of their society. But we show them they can't ever get rid of it completely.
You're rubbing their faces in it then.
And in another way, it's kinda retro. Illnesses like that are what shape society. The Black Death made Europe what it is.
Gotta appreciate the classics.
For a lot of us, it's also about who's hardest. Posers go for little things like botulism or influenza. But you know someone's got real nodes on them if they can stand a month with HIV.
What? Please bear in mind, this game was made, like, before COVID, in, like, 2015. That was still very fucked up of you, though.